What's up? It's your boy Mean Joe Green, aka Prince of the Ghetto, and I just got finished looking at an interview that the rapper Lil Flip did, and in this interview, he said that most of these rappers be selling their soul, and he said that he witnessed it firsthand. He seen this for himself, you know. And I just wanted to say my thoughts about this. Back in the day, I used to always think when the artists sell their soul, like they worship the devil or something. And in a sense, it is like they worship the devil, but they don't know that they doing it. It's like they doing whatever they tell them to do for the money and fame. Whether that's putting on a dress or they snaking somebody, they doing dirt to somebody. They doing whatever it take. They tell them to do to get the money, whether it make them look like a fool, whether it make them turn on their people, go against their morals, you know what I'm saying? That's, how I look at it now as artists or people selling their soul. It be for the money, the attention and the fame. They'll do whatever. And I think, that's a weak way. If you got morals, that's weak for a man in my opinion. You know. And he was saying that he been seeing it firsthand. He said that he grew up in the church. He said they tried to make him sell his soul. He said somebody from the label tried to get somebody to come to his house and pray over his house. And he was like, nah, I ain't finna let him come and pray over my house. I don't know what God he praying. He prayed to. And then he coming in my house praying. And I was like, yeah, you right. Because 9 times out of 10, he coming for to curse you in your home. That's what that was about. And I'm like, man, people go too far with selling your soul nowadays. People are taking it too far. You don't know what people doing, what voodoo or magic they doing behind the scene. For somebody that asks and want to come in your home to pray over it, they don't even, come on now. Something that don't even feel right. And Lil Flip, shout out to Lil Flip. He seen through there, he understood because he grew up in the church. He say, he been, doing choir. He used to sing in churches and travel doing it, so he understood, what's going on, and he said he went with it, but he have seen it. So I always used to wonder, like, dang, because when I used to rap, I used to always want to, get in the rap game, but I used to always hear, you got to sell your soul. And now that I see all that was going on, that's why I'm kind of glad I didn't get signed to a major or whatever, because I'm the type, I wouldn't sell my soul neither. If they going to get something that I stand for and I believe and they want me to go against it, I can't do it, But you got a lot of artists that's doing it. And another thing Lil Flip said, he said 99% of the rappers that he met are fake. So that just tell you the artists that we used to look up to and our kids look up to, they really fake. We looking up your kids and what we used to look up, we thinking these artists is real and they bout that and what they saying, that's what they doing, and the whole time they lying and they fake. They faking it. All they want is the fame and the attention. And that's crazy to me. It kind of remind me of that movie. I don't know if y'all saw this movie with Bone Thugs and Harmony. They had a movie called I Tried. And in the movie, it was this young up and coming rapper. Crazy Bone was trying to get on, and this promoter, he wanted Crazy Bone to write raps for this young and up and coming rapper. And the boy was so scary and fake, but he had a look, he had an image, and Crazy was just looking like, this don't make no sense. And Crazy was trying to teach him how to rap, and the boy was just, you know what I'm saying, he couldn't get it. But at the same time, he realized how Crazy and them would tell him, like, you just a little punk, man. But that's what making me think that's what the labels do. They try to push artists, people that got a name, the ones that'll listen to them, the ones that'll sell their soul and put an image on them. And a lot of time people write their raps and they put them on the front screen, get them fame and money. And everybody looking up to him like he really doing this and he is that. And all the time he's not. But he's selling his soul just to do that. And behind the closed doors, it's different story. They bending over. They doing all the strangest things just to keep their position. And that's, man, come on. Lil Flip said he been seeing that firsthand, and he like, no. And then another thing he was saying like being independent. And I know in Texas, they been doing this grind. They can tour in Texas and make $1 million just doing shows in Texas. So, you know, that's why I give a shout out to the independent artists that doing that. The artists like Lil Flip, Zero. You know what I'm saying? Chameleon, them boys low key still getting money. Well, they ain't getting all the attention and want the fame and selling they soul, doing all this crazy stuff for a bag that they can get on their own by being independent, putting the work in themselves and getting out there grinding, getting their own money and still have your morals and integrity without selling your soul and still being a man. That's how I would do it. That's how I like it. You know? And man, it's just crazy, man, how people for money and fame that they would do anything for money and fame, man. Material things. How could you say that you somebody of God, you love God, you pray to God, but you worshiping money? And you know, I understand it's okay to, you know, we need money to survive, but I just say, for instance, for some money, I'm not finna bend over for it. Cause even then, when you do get the money, you still ain't gonna be happy because you gonna remember that what you did. That what you did gonna hunt you for the rest of your life. And you gonna be looking, I got this money, but what you did to sell your soul, that's where you gonna have that feeling like, dang, but I still feel it. When you lay down that night, you gonna be like, I don't feel right. I don't feel like a man. I did that. I know, man. I know I would. So even if you do sell your soul when you get money, I believe they still don't be happy because they didn't like what they had to do to get there. So, you know, that's why I say we got to find ways to really be independent to get up out here. Now that we got all this social media, you upcoming rappers, all you have to do is get your music, put it on YouTube. Get your music, flood the social media with your work. Get a buzz through social media. Social media, the platform. Social media is a gift and a curse, but use it to the good. Put yourself out there on social media, flood it, and people know you from social media. You can try to do shows and get known that way. You know. But hey, I just want to speak about that, like people selling their souls, man. I never could rock with that, man. I always looked at that like, man, that's crazy. That really selling your soul is just the higher ups. They just want to have control over you. And once they control you, that means they can control your money. They throw out them 360 there, they control you. They really control you. You getting the fame, but behind the scenes, they getting you, controlling you, taking yours. You got to really feel like a bitch. Letting somebody do that to you, man. But yeah, you know. And then at the end of the interview, Lil Flip said, he's still winning. And he said, on God. He doing it, he said he doing it the God way. He winning on God. So that's a good feeling, man. For you to win and still praise God in your heart and you winning, instead of not selling your soul to the devil, that's a good feeling, man. Shout out to Lil Flip, man. I watched them. I'm gonna watch the rest of those clips. But he a real stand-up guy, man. I see that firsthand. So yeah, man. Y'all like the video on your way out, man. You know me, I'm gonna come back with some more flavor. And I'll keep you updated on things. It's your boy Mean Joe Green. Love. I'm about.